People love to say that after a tragedy is not the time to get political, but when should you get political? This is the perfect time to get political. Let me give you a couple facts. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration is planning to cut approximately 70% of its workforce over the next year, and this is after firing thousands of probationary employees. The new budget wants only 10,000 full-time staff. They're also proposing $1.8 billion of cuts from its current budget, which would give them a total budget of about $4.5 billion. This is, first of all, as you can see from this incident in Kerr County in Central Texas, that is not enough money. And you know why? They say a leaner NOAA that focuses on core operational needs, eliminates unnecessary layers of bureaucracy, terminates non-essential grant programs, and end activities that do not warrant a federal role, which will provide a better value to the American public while maintaining activities that are essential to protecting lives and property. Listen to what these Texas officials had to say.
The original forecast that we received on Wednesday from the National Weather Service predicted 3 to 6 inches of rain in the Concho Valley and 4 to 8 inches of rain in the hill country. We worked with our own meteorologists to fine-tune that weather statement, and as many of you know, and many of you in broadcast journalism and meteorology, you can go back and look at your own forecast, and the amount of rain that fell in this specific location was never in any of those forecasts.
This rain event sat on top of that and dumped more rain than what was forecasted on both of those forks. When we got the report, it was about 7 feet or so on the South Fork, and within a matter of minutes it was up to 29 feet, and all of that converged at the Guadalupe, and that's where we saw those very quick rise in flood.
But listen, everybody got the forecast from the National Weather Service, right? You all got it. You're all in media. You got that forecast. It did not predict the amount of rain that we saw.
Now, this was an article from May 31st, 2025 that said the Trump administration and congressional Republicans are pushing for cuts across the federal government. It said NWS would be unable to provide accurate and timely forecasts without sufficient staffing levels at weather forecast offices nationwide. In addition to daily forecasting operations, weather forecast officers are responsible for issuing emergency weather warnings ahead of events. Now, this is another article from Mother Jones. The U.S. National Weather Service forecasts the floods a week in advance and issue warnings throughout the event. And as a result, people in the region knew when they needed to evacuate, so the death toll was relatively small compared to similar events. But recent government cuts, the U.S. is losing the data that informs these predictions and scientists who produce them. Currently, of the 122 NWS forecasts offices across the United States, 30 do not have a